how to actively turn your audience into buyers before you even pitch. What I call this? The pilot launch. So coaches, listen up. How it works is using a WhatsApp group. From this WhatsApp group, you either do a VSL using a landing page or a webinar. I'll talk more about this soon. So, you might say, this won't work for my small audience as a coach. You don't need a huge audience, to be honest with you. A smaller warm audience outsells a bigger cold one every time. So it matters the most who your actual audience is rather than how big it is. You might also say, I don't have anything built yet to sell. If that's the case, you can just ask your audience what they need from you. You don't need to pick and choose and guess. Now, why am I telling you this? Now, let me tell you about how I actually saw the system work. Not read about it, sat inside it myself. So, as you probably know, this guy's Iman. Iman had done a live webinar on YouTube one time a day during 4 days. And he had a private WhatsApp group that he was trafficking people into. Not that kind of traffic. He dropped a WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group, it was basically to promote his new product, which was monetized. Now, here's the part that people actually miss. This wasn't a webinar series. This was what is called the pilot launch, which was a private group, a WhatsApp group with warm content to nurture his audience over across a few days. Then bam, the offer. But at that time, I just didn't have a name for it. Now, let's go more into what happened. So after the nurturing in the group and posting case studies and all of that good stuff to get people interested and more aware of his product and aware that they can actually make it online, he dropped his offer, which was monetized, which was 2K normal and then 1K extra for pro, which I obviously bought the both of them. After that, after 1 month, I got upsold into up level, which was 5K, which I get access to all his coaches and the best people basically in his team to coach me and teach me how to actually implement what he does into my business. So let me give you a little bit of a background onto what happened inside my brain while I was in that WhatsApp group. So by day 1, I was just curious. By day 2, I was taking notes. And then by day 3, I wasn't just asking myself if I was going to buy, I was asking when to buy. And that's not just luck, that's a full-on structure. And once you've been inside as the actual customer, you understand how it works from the inside out. Now, if you don't actually believe me, what can I say? This was my one-on-one call with Iman that we spoke about various of things, and I was really excited to go on there and basically didn't ask even half of the questions I prepared for him since I was so nervous. But it was a good experience nevertheless. You can see first person and third person because I wanted to make sure that nobody will be able to say I'm faking it. And if you still think I'm faking it, you can go on my Instagram, link in bio. I have a video of that in my highlights. And if you still think I'm faking it, that there is nothing I can do, I guess. So let's move on. So in this video, I'll show you why most launches actually fail and the exact system I use instead. Now you might be wondering, why WhatsApp? Why WhatsApp specifically, Gabriel or Gabriel, whatever you want to call me? Well, if you look at email, for example, you get around a 20% open rate on all the emails you send. That's pretty low, I guess. For Instagram, the algorithm actually decides who watches your stories or who watches your reels, except for the really die-hard, die-core fans. But for the WhatsApp, This is an insane number. It's 98% open rate. Now you can actually see why WhatsApp wins. And nobody actually knows this. Now, how WhatsApp? You might be wondering. Well, now look, I'm gonna keep walking you through this, but if you want me to actually build this out for you instead of you just doing it yourself and probably not doing it right, I'll show you how to reach me at the end of this. Now let's move on. How WhatsApp? So before I actually tell you how WhatsApp, I want to make you aware of how unaware your audience is. There are 5 stages of awareness within your audience. The people that are unaware of the problem that you can solve for them. The people who are problem aware, they know that they have a problem, but they just don't know that there exists a solution yet. And the people that are solution aware, these people, they are like really warm. Like they know you have a solution, but you just need to give it to them. Of course, the people who are product aware is like when they know the product, and the purchase aware is like the final stage before they buy. Now, why most launches actually fail? They target the unaware people. They target the people that don't even know they have a problem, which is really hard to do, to be honest with you. You need expert level marketing. So don't target the unaware people, just focus on the problem aware people. Now, yeah, focus on the problem aware people. Now, how to actually go ahead and implement this strategy into your coaching business or whatever digital product you want to put out. I made a Notion board that you can go ahead and see how it works. So, let me move this. There you go, make myself a little tiny boy. So, how it works, you have the build up, which is a duration of 7 days. The objective is to engage with the community and tease that something special is coming. Build interaction through stories and begin planting the idea that a unique opportunity is coming on its way. The strategy is basically just posting story sequences, interacting with the audience like Q&A boxes, DM screenshots, touch the pain points they feel, show your results and relate everything to your daily life. High interaction is actually key right here. Here are some examples of stories you can actually post during the build up phase. This was actually made for a creator that does business, tax business online. So just teaches people about how to do taxes, how to invest, all that good stuff. So slide 1 is 2026. This is the year we actually get rich instead of just looking the part. So you can read this by yourself. You can go ahead and pause if you'd like to get an idea. Here you go. Now, section number 2 is the invitation phase. The duration is around 5 days. The objective is announce that a unique opportunity is coming. Invite the audience into a private WhatsApp group or a Telegram group. I would recommend the WhatsApp group where all details will be revealed. The strategy is to post story sequences and reels announcing the opportunity, show DMs from people asking for help, tease that it will be time limited with exclusive bonus, and then you have a CTA to the WhatsApp group link. Here is a example of that story. You can go ahead and pause. Now, the third phase is the anticipation phase. The duration of it is around 3 days. And the objective is to build curiosity around the offer and prime people to be ready to buy when it opens. The strategy is to send the WhatsApp group messages teasing the offer, share results people can actually achieve, and run posts to understand the main goals or problem. Always communicate the timeline is key. Here we can see a little bit of an example. You can go ahead and pause. Now, the fourth phase is the reveal phase. So the objective is to make the audience fully aware of the offer, what they get, the price, when enrollments opens, when it closes, and leave them ready to buy the next day. The strategy is to either send a video or a voice note in the WhatsApp group covering the full offer breakdown. Now, here is another example. if you like to pause. Conversion phase. The duration is 2 days. The objective is to get people to enroll, is break objections and answer doubts before they walk away. The strategy is to send the enrollment link in the group or on polls asking who is interested, who has questions, and you can either follow up via DM one-on-one to anyone who raised their hand. The one-on-one approach is where most conversions actually happen. Now we can go ahead and check out the messages, the examples. Yep, here you go. And then the last phase is the urgency phase, which the objective of it is to remind people the opportunity or bonuses expire soon. Create fear of missing out so procrastinators act before it closes. The strategy is to send a countdown message, so like say 24 hours left, 12 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours, and then closed. Make them visualize exactly what they are losing by not joining. The close must be real because the reopening only destroys the credibility for the next launch. Here is the last message. 3 hours left after midnight tonight. The whatever blueprint closes, the closes. Those are just examples of what the creator sold. Click here to join before it's gone, and that link is basically going to be sending them to a landing page or a webinar, depends on what you want to do at that time. There you go. Now moving on. So the bottom line is the group is where we nurture your audience. By the time you pitch, the decision has already been made. The nurture window is the sale. So people buy because you warm them up long enough that the offer feels obvious by the time it shows up. Now, if you want to get more intricate, what actually sells is either the webinar or the landing page with the VSL. So you might be saying, I don't want to do a live webinar. Well, you're in luck. The pilot launch isn't married to the webinars. You can go ahead and do this as well, which is way easier, but doesn't have as many conversions as a webinar would. So yeah, that's the pilot launch. Here you go, this little guy with the mustache. If you made it this far, you're a real G. Comment mustache in the comments. This is the pilot launch. Is made for audience who are problem aware of their problems, and you just need to give them that last push to get them aware that they actually need to buy whatever you're selling. So if you've got an audience and actually nothing for them to buy, and you're actually teaching them something through your content, this is the best way to launch your product. Or even if you have an audience and have done launches before, or even have an existing offer, this is still the best way to go about it, because you basically rebrand your offer and get more conversions. So if you've tried to do this before and it flopped, now you know why, because WhatsApp is key. So that's probably why. Now, if you want help setting this whole thing out for your audience specifically, you can go ahead and DM me with the word launch on my Instagram. I also have the link in the bio, and I'll get everything ready and set up for you. And that's been the pilot launch and how Iman was able to make multiple 7 to 8 figures throughout his whole career.